Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to WWTA Game, and thank you for returning for another episode. Wowzers. Look, man, I wanna continue this conversation. I want to continue to share my thoughts and ideas on a conversation. What is really missing with MORPs, right? What's really missing with these MORP games, right? Yeah, I know it sounds retarded, but what is missing with these multiplayer online role-playing games? What is missing, bruh? Something's missing, bruh. Something's missing in these games. I can't put my finger on it, but I know that something's missing. Listen. So I'm watching all the games coming out. I still look back into the older games, and as I look at these things, I keep asking the same question. Had I not decided to purchase Grand Theft Auto, the Grand Theft Auto 5 game, so I could play online, I would have never known. I would have never known what's missing. You know what I'm saying? I've been playing massive multi-online role-playing games for a long time. I was heavily into those games, but they were always missing something. Let me tell you how much they was missing. So I used to play Elder Scrolls Online, right? And I loved that game. But it's like the only thing I would do in that game is log in, queue dungeons, play dungeons, and then come back out. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I would do. That's it. And, sometimes I go do the campaign, story mode, but the story mode with all those side quests and everything else, it would just send you, you know what I'm saying, in too many directions, right? There was nothing, it was just too much, So, the story mode, though, it's very interesting because you always want to see the story unfold. So it's like a movie that you're playing, you know what I'm saying? So that's why, I would every now and then go and start playing the story. But then it would get really confusing and you'll get lost. And it's like, it was too much going on even at that point. It wasn't a simple way to just stick to the storyline. So then it's like, okay, that's all that went on with Elder Scrolls for me, right? I didn't even mess with the PvP that much because unless you were going to focus all your time on PvPing, you're going to get slaughtered every time you queue, right? So you have to really focus all your time and effort on just playing PvP. So it's almost like it's two different games, right? There's the PvP game and then there's the PvE game. So I mean, that's really what it is. Like for Elder Scrolls Online, one of the best things you guys could do, ZeniMax, is literally just separate the two, make a whole PvP game and call it Elder Scrolls Fighter or something, right? And just make it focused only on PvP. You know what I'm saying? Don't focus on nothing else. Like, focus everything on PvP. You can do arena battles. You can do capture the flag battles. You can do capture the base. All this stuff you can do. Make it two different games. I don't understand why games try to put everything in one. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to PvE and PvP, like, those are two different aspects. Like, yes, you've got a cool game and people would like to play a fighting side of it, then make a fighting side of it. Or yes, you got a cool fighting game, but people would like to see a PvE version of it where they can just deal with artificial intelligence and missions, right? Okay, make that game, but don't put them together. Like, I think that's the biggest downfall all these games have had always, is trying to have one team work on content for two groups of players. You see what I'm saying? Like, it just never adds up. So that's something I think all of these MMORPG games really need to just roll with. Like, make two different games, have two different teams. You can have a whole different team that's not even a part of your main game. Script out, you know what I'm saying? Hire a whole PvP team of people that just make PvP games, you know what I'm saying? And then have them build off your assets a PvP game, right? And then boom, there it is. All right, that's done. All right, so anyways, moving along. What's missing in these MORP games? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what's really missing in these MORP games is the economy side. Now, again, since I've played GTA, I noticed one thing. There's a story mode. There's a story mode, right? That's GTA 5. It's a story mode. You can click campaign or story mode and run a story mode. Nobody's got to play it with you. You can do it single player. You can enjoy it and just run through the story at your own time, okay? Then they have an online mode, which is where you have different aspects of stories, which essentially equate to dungeons. It just really equates to dungeons. And you have an economy, right? So you can run dungeons, you can run the world, and have it play a part of the economy. And like, boom! Why can't these role-playing games do it just simply like that? You see what I'm saying? They have PvP, but they're it's just little matches, you know what I'm saying? And then you can create matches and everything else. Now, I'm not big on that scene, so I can't speak much about that because I don't even dabble in it. I'm still tied up in the other things with GTA. So for any of you that have thoughts and ideas on that, post below. But they have that stuff. But I'm like, so just imagine, okay, World of Warcraft. Like, this is a big game, and they've been doing the same thing forever, and it's like, it's still not nowhere. I mean, the only players you have are diehard fans. They're like diehard fans, and these are your players. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else hasn't got out. But just imagine for a second that there's the role play story mode, right? That's it, story mode. You log into the game, you run your campaign as solo player, okay, and you run the campaign, right? And then imagine you then click onto the online version of the game, and it drops you in a city, okay? And in that city, whether you're Alliance or Horde, all your missions, right, will be there, and you'll just do missions, which will be pretty much all these missions would just be dungeons, right? They could take all these missions and turn them into dungeons, like massive, like for instance, let's say you go to the Dragonflight content, and there's like they can sum up the majority of those quests into like adding, like, let's say they take 5 or 6 or 10 quests from the campaign, right, and they mush them together into one essential, like a dungeon type thing, where you queue it and you'll run through all 10 of those missions, and then once it's completed, it'll say finished and you're over with. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying from an online point of view, from playing online, not playing a solo campaign, playing online, which means that 4 or 5 people are going to run this with you. So when you queue for it, you're going to queue to start this mission. It's going to be 10 quests, right? It's going to be 10 quests in one mission, and you're going to queue it. And then when the queue pops, it'll be you and 4 other players, and then boom, y'all are going to run through the queue. It doesn't need to be the holy, I can't say Trinity because it's not a Trinity, but it doesn't have to be the old-fashioned way where you got 2 DPS, 1 tank, and a healer. It can be however you run at it. Just whoever queues for it, that's how it goes. And y'all run through the 10 quests, and then boom, that particular mission is over with. Now, you have to understand, if you haven't seen Grand Theft Auto and how they do these things, just let me bring it to you. So you have a list when you open up this. You can push escape. Then you go click on online, and you can scroll to jobs, I believe, if I remember this correctly. I'm not looking at it right now, so I'm just trying to remember. You click on jobs, and then from jobs you can go to what they say Rockstar created jobs, and then of course you also have player jobs, community jobs, you have PvP things, you have races, all that stuff. But for the sake of our conversation, you have Rockstar created jobs, which are pretty much just the missions in the game. Alright, so that would be the same thing. So you can just imagine you're playing World of Warcraft, you hit the menu button and you click what would we call it? I'd hate to call it jobs, but let's just, for the sake of conversation, call it jobs. Let's just call it jobs. So you click on jobs and you say, okay, all right, it'll say which series of jobs do you want to do. You'll probably have like a list of, whichever stage or whichever game you want to play, like whether it's the Pandaria, whether it's the Lich King, whatever is the content you're looking to play. You'll click on it, and then there'll be like 10 quests, and you'll log for it, and whoever queues for y'all pop, and you go into it. Now, just imagine that. Now that gives you a whole massive amount of online content that you can run with 4 other players, right? So boom, that's done. Now, the other thing that's missing is they try to do housing. Now, when you look at housing, okay, look at what Grand Theft Auto's done. So you can buy an apartment or buy whatever it is you want, and then when you get that, it comes with a host of different events or quests that are attached to it that you can do from just owning it, right? So this is where we start talking about the excitement of doing particular things in the game. So let's imagine you get a home, and your home, depending on the type of home you buy, where you buy the home, is going to have some quests and different things attached to it that you get to also add as playable content. So anybody else that has homes can queue this playable content. You now have access to new playable content. So let's say it's in a particular town, or city, and this housing, right, that you get there. There's quests all around that are attached to that, and then so in GTA, they get heists. All right, so let's just call them quests, or whatever the case may be, and then you can make content based off of that for just owning that house. Now let's continue to go from there. Let's look at World of Warcraft and say, okay, well, they have different crafts, right? Okay, let's take crafts and let's say businesses. Now, let's say you want to run a clothing business. So in the clothing business, you'll have to, one, save up your money and then buy a clothing business, right? A store. And then once you buy the storefront, you're going to have to go do some missions to get the material you need for it, or you'll have to buy it, right? So you can buy it, you can do a mission to collect it, or you can do a mission to steal somebody else's, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, but you'll have like 3 different ways to play this part. Now, once you play this part, you now collected the supplies you need, you can start to produce the goods that's going to be sold. So now you as a business are making money by selling goods. You're doing mini game quests to collect those goods, and then on top of that, they can also make quests from you being a business owner that might be like defense quest or quest alliance quest, where you align with other business owners around to defend the city or something, you know what I'm saying? So you can build off of all these things, and this is just simple stuff, right? Let's look at blacksmithing. You can take blacksmithing and do the same thing. You want to buy a blacksmith business, so then you'll have to save up the money and buy a blacksmith business, and then major quests will come to it. And if you're a dwarf, right, you'll have particular quests that are made for the dwarf that runs that particular business, because then they'll have special quests, and then those special quests can have special rewards. So what I'm saying is, when we look at these MORPs, and then, this is all based on me from looking at Grand Theft Auto. When I look at MORPs in general, it's like they're doing the same thing over and over, and it's boring. It's really boring. I know a lot of you probably hear me and you're like, Grand Theft Auto, who wants to play that? That's retarded. That's a retarded game. It's crazy. Just people walking around shooting. No, it's not what it is. It's really not what it is. And I thought it was like that because that's just how I thought from when I played it years and years ago when I was a youngin'. But no, that's really not what it is. It's actually evolved into a pretty good game. And so it offers things that I think other games should look at. And that's all I'm really talking about here, is what games should be looking at. Okay, we look at Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls is a great game. It's got a lot in it, but you're missing an economy and all this stuff. You can profit off this. You know what I'm saying? Just it's like, again, let's say you want to run a food business, right? And then this food business can sell its products to taverns. You see what I'm saying? So let's say you buy a business where you make food, or like, you just make food. You skin and putting meat in freezers or whatever. Let's just say that's what your business does. Collect milk and everything else, and you produce these products. Then these products, right, you can sell and make deliveries to taverns, and then because you create this new mini game, you can have people attack you to stop you from running your business and steal your goods, right? So then you've opened up a whole, now just imagine PvP at this level in World of Warcraft or Elder Scrolls Online. Let's just imagine. So now you've crafted these goods and you're going to deliver them to a tavern. Let's say you're going to Elwyn Forest. You leave the kingdom and you're going to Elwyn Forest or whatever. You're going to start your first delivery. So you've got your little delivery thing running, and you're traveling down the path, and some AI attack you because they want to steal the food, right? So then you have to defend your goods that you have to deliver so that you can make your money. And of course, you can take damage, which will reduce the amount of goods that will get to the final destination, which will reduce the amount of money you'll intake. So then, therefore, you'd have to be in a group with friends to protect it. Now, with that being said, with that business, you having to protect that business now, just like in GTA, other game players, because it's online, could be alerted that you're doing a mission as a business owner and you're doing a delivery, and they can then, if they choose to, come stop you and steal your goods, right? So that means if they stop you, then they can pick up a percentage of the goods and leave with it as stolen, and also that puts you in a position where you just lost, it didn't make no money, so you got to redo it again. I know this sounds terrible, but just imagine now this is something new for you and your friends to do. So say you and one of your buddies want to get on and play, and he's like, look, man, I want to run this, get some food deliveries on this business. So your friend's like, all right, well, I'll roll with you in case somebody try anything stupid. So then it's like you and your homeboy or homegirl, y'all running through there doing these little mini game missions for your business. You know what I'm saying? And then anybody that plays in the mission with you to do any delivery, therefore, can get a pay from you, a percentage of the deal for being running a service is helping you deliver safely your product. You know what I'm saying? So then everybody's getting paid. So now even your friends are getting paid to help you out running your business, and vice versa. You can help them out and get paid running the business. So just think about that. Now, World of Warcraft players, I want y'all to hear me. Think about that. Think about that. You're leaving the Alliance Kingdom. You're on a little path and you're going to Elwyn Forest and you want to make a delivery, and then some horde character that's flying around sees an alert that, you know, you're out there making a delivery, and they want to be a total jerk. So they come over there and they make war with you and they try to destroy your caravan delivering the goods. You and your friends are like, man, beat him down, and y'all beat him down and get your delivery done. You know what I'm saying? And let's say there's a bonus because there's a horde character attacking. So let's say there's a bonus if you can defeat him and still make your delivery, you get a bonus. You see what I'm saying? So just imagine that. Wouldn't that add a little more excitement to the game? Something else in the game that would be exciting. Okay, Elder Scrolls, think about this, you Elder Scroll players. Wouldn't that be exciting? Think about this, you Guild War players, right? Wouldn't that be exciting to add that little bit of extra? Because people want to battle in PvP, right? But people also want to do something else like run economies, right? Everybody wants housing and economies. That's why you craft. Okay, but the crafting scenario is garbage because all you do is craft a bunch of stuff and you take it to an auction house and sell it off. Well, that's boring. Wouldn't it be more exciting if when you crafted goods you had to make deliveries because you ran a business, you own a storefront? Wouldn't it be exciting that you had to defend your storefront from people trying to come rob it? Wouldn't that be exciting, right? So you get an alert that your business is being attacked, right, by whatever, and then you got to quickly get back there to your business and defend it, right? Your friends might be there and they get the alert. Oh, shoot, I got you, boss. Don't worry about it. And they handle that business. Wouldn't that be exciting? They can step out of the kingdom for a second, right? And put your businesses in small towns. And just imagine vice versa, Horde or Alliance, there's an attack on your business. You see what I'm saying? And then you got to get back to your business to defend it before you lose all your money and goods. You see what I'm saying? That becomes exciting because you got to keep your business up and running and continue to make your gold, silver, whatever the case may be. So this is what I think multiplayer online role-playing games are missing. Okay, this is what they're missing. This is the excitement. This is the excitement. Passively making income. Okay, passively making income, then doing actual quests to make income, and then picking up special quests for income making, right? And then picking up secret quests from being a part of a group of people that operate particular businesses. Okay, all these things, right? Whether you talk Elder Scrolls, whether you talk World of Warcraft, whether you talk Guild Wars 2, all these things could be implemented into those games to bring a whole new awareness of excitement for the social aspect of the game. That's really all I'm trying to say. Now, you might say you don't want to hear me talk about Grand Theft Auto because the game sucks. I would challenge you to do this. If you play World of Warcraft, if you play Guild Wars 2, if you play Elder Scrolls online, I'm challenging you to this. Pick up a copy of Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead Redemption 2. If you like World of Warcraft, Red Dead Redemption 2 will probably be more your speed, right? But it doesn't matter. Pick up either one, okay? And when you pick up either one of those games, just play it a little bit. Play the online side, right? And try to start these businesses, right? And play these businesses and see how you enjoy it. And then think about this video. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about this go round. I'll probably share more thoughts at a later time, but get in the comment section, let me know what you think. Till next time.